Alright, good morning everybody. Let me just show you something here real fast. I gotta put my thumb over there because it's got some personal information in there. So, as you can see, today's date is June 9th, 2009. I'm sorry, June 9th, 2021. The time is 8:16 a.m. Pacific time. It's now 8:17 a.m. Now, let me put the phone over here just for a second. I want to show you something just for the sake of notating it, even though I already got another video and some snap screenshots concerning this. But I'm going to show it to you because I've been having some really strange issues with Simple Mobile, including some going all the way back to September of 2021. I'm sorry, September 2020. I'm still waking up, so bear with me a second. So let me show you something here real fast. This is some messaging that was done through 611, which is where you do your benefits. Which is where you it's a little message text thing that you put in when you want to apply your phone card to your phone in order to pay your phone bill. So you can see right here, this says Monday, June 7th, 2021. It says what you do is you go into messages and you type in add. Okay, and then it says, okay, let's add your benefits. To add to this phone, reply 1. To add to a different phone, reply 2. So when reply 1 was added at 4:06, they weren't replying to it. They didn't reply to it at 4:10 or 4:13. So they finally replied to it between 4:13 and 4:15. And so then the number was put in it, and then they sent the same thing again and again. And then they sent your card was added to your reserve. Okay, now this all occurred on the day of June 7th. Now the phone bill is due at 11:59 p.m. tonight. So that card, its $50 card, is already on my account, which will be automatically applied to this phone when that current monthly phone bill expires. Now, excuse me. Now, so what you need to understand is that all these right here, Simple Mobile could say that they did not, for whatever reason, that they did not get the number ones to them, which is why they could say they didn't reply to it until 4:15 p.m. Now, the reason why this could be relevant is because when you look at how this time span here, and then all of the added, okay, repetition of the same statements until they finally acknowledged it, causes, okay, all this to not be able to still be seen right underneath what? The date. Okay, so, if you were to take snap screenshots of this, where it says Monday, June 7th, 2021, and then it's still not showing, it barely shows the number that was added. Okay, it barely shows it. So that's evidence right there that they got the number, okay, on this date, but it doesn't show them acknowledging it or processing it in the same window. Okay? Or wait a minute. It does in the same window, but it doesn't show it in the same, like it shows it in the same window concerning the PIN number, but it doesn't show the date that the PIN number was processed. You got to go way up here to get it back up in the same screenshot window. Okay? Now, this should still be on the phone. If they don't apply it to my account, it should still be on the phone in order to be able to prove it in court, in a court proceeding. But you see, let me just put it to you this way. If I was to ever get ripped off, like I did in September 2020 through Simple Mobile, and then I tried to use a different phone, including this one, to prove that I got ripped off, I would have to make a video concerning it. And am I enduring? Let me just put it to you that way. So, am I enduring what is called, when you go to Google and you type in fact, check this out. Let me show you something over here. Let me go to my Twitter account real fast because I want to show you something. But you can Google my following statements as well. Let me get rid of some of these windows here because it's not really needed. Ba 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 boo boo boo. Bear with me a second. Now, see what they did in September of 2020 was that I was at a wooded area because Gangstalking Crimes made me homeless, and I had bought a simple mobile card. Let's see, if memory serves me correctly, I think it was bought, I know it was bought in August of 2020. I think it was bought around August 17th or 19th, 2020. And what I did was, I bought that card so I could have a backup card on me just in case the next time I went to Best Buy to buy a card so I could put it on my phone so it could be put on my phone for the next month. See, because if you, like, say if you buy a phone card, say if your monthly bill is from August 1st to September 1st, which I think actually that's what the monthly cycle was for that phone, which is basically this phone. You know, one of these two phones. Because I got two phones, same exact identical make and model, same service plan, okay, concerning the type of plan I got, and so on. Now, so hold on one second. Let me just show something here. Okay, I'm gonna let me just do something here real fast because I just noticed it as I brought this up, and I'll continue to talk here in a second. Well, I'll just continue with the explanation right now. So what happened was when I bought that phone card in August, around August 17th or 19th, maybe the 9th, I still got the receipt and the card and everything. And what I did was I kept it because I was keeping it so that when the phone bill was due of the phone that I had just bought in August, okay, when it was due, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to still get any simple mobile cards at Best Buy. So I wanted to have a backup one, okay? Plus, I was planning on moving and everything, and so I wasn't even sure if I was even going to be able to get to Best Buy. Let me just do something here real fast. Okay, so let me show you something concerning, it's going to take me, just do something here. Hold on. When I'm at places like when I'm at any place like a grocery store or a coffee shop, and I try to upload a video through Wi-Fi, my phone has been telling me that it takes up to 3 to 4 hours to upload a 30-minute video, even a 2-minute video, literally. So that causes me to have to use my mobile data up. Okay, one 33-minute long video takes up 3 gigabytes of memory. Okay, now the reason why that's relevant is because you never know what gangstalking crimes might stage from day to day. That's literally how bad gangstalking is. Okay, now I'm trying to find something here real fast, so bear with me. So, now I made a tweet. In fact, it was just yesterday on Twitter about how, and other victims are saying this too on Twitter, and I can't seem to find it on this phone that's got the same Twitter account. So anyways, I wanted to show you that other people are retweeting my tweet, or at least liking my tweets, of tweets that I made that show me discussing that all gangstalking victims know that it's reported that their phones, computers are hacked, and that the perpetrators will, and the fact that it's even reported that perpetrators will go to the lengths of slowing down your data bit transfer rate so you can't get stuff done. I see it constantly on Twitter of victims stating that. In fact, I just saw one on Twitter. See, I got two phones, so when I see a snap screenshot that's extremely relative, I'll when I see a tweet on Twitter that's extremely relevant, I'll snap screenshot it. But for some reason, all right, hold on one second. For some reason, though, so I don't know if those snap screenshots are on this phone I'm pointing to or the one I'm making the video through, and I don't know what's going on. But when I like, say if I get, I know it sounds like I'm going off in different directions. Just stay with me. When I get say if I put a tweet on Twitter and I notice that somebody likes it, well, when somebody likes it, it will show up on the notifications on my Twitter account on the phone that I sent the tweet. But I'm having hard times finding them on my other phone that's got the same Twitter account. It's really freaky, okay? Because as of right now, I'm literally scrolling through my tweets and I'm not seeing any notifications of anybody that liked the tweet I put on Twitter yesterday about this issue. But yet it's on my notifications on my Twitter account on the phone I'm making this video through. So it's like totally bizarre. So, anyways, so all right, so I'm already looking at the likes and retweets from this morning, and I've already scrolled through many tweets already. Okay, where those are older tweets. So that tweet that I made yesterday that people liked, and I think maybe even one retweeted it, should have been in between both of those. Now, the reason why this is relevant is because consider this: when I put that, so when I bought that card in August of 2020, which I was going to use as a backup card. The phone had already been bought. And when you buy a phone, you buy a card so you can activate the phone. So then I bought an extra phone card so that when the phone bill was due, come around September 1st, that phone card could then be added to my wallet, which is what they call it through Simple Mobile, which is your account. And then once it's put on the wallet, what that does is no, actually, I think what happened was I had just bought the second phone, and I went to go put that Simple Mobile card on the first phone. All right, let me backtrack. Let's just say it was because this is all a little bit confusing, I admit, because so much was going on. I was literally on a day that I had like massive amounts of property out that I was trying to correlate together for moving. So a lot was going on. Plus, that was back in September 2020. So to make a long story short, I went to go put that card on one of the phones. I no, to be honest with you, I think that is what prompted me to buy the second phone, and what I was trying to do was I don't remember if I was trying to make a video about what I was enduring with the Boost mobile phone at that time, but let's just backtrack. The point here, and I apologize for the confusion, is when I bought that backup card, I went to go put it on my account, and originally it showed that Simple Mobile had acknowledged they got it. Then they turned around and said that when I went into went into my account, I couldn't get back into it. Okay, through the Simple Mobile account. So I contacted them, I believe it was through either 611 or whatever other number that you can contact them through text messages. And then I was sharing information with them, telling them that I put the card on the account, and I'm trying to prove that it was in the wallet. I put it on the account, they acknowledged it. Then when I went back into the account, it was saying that it wasn't there. So then when I tried to contact them through my account, Simple Mobile account, the account got shut down and wouldn't let me sign back in. So then I had to try and contact them through, I believe it was text messages, and they weren't giving me no help. So then I had to call them, and I was on the phone with them for 5 hours. Okay, and they kept running me around the bend. Oh, we're here to help you. I'm sorry. I'm sure we can fix this. Then they took me through 9 steps, and by the time I got to the 7th step, I get disconnected. Then I had to call them back up and went through the same thing 5 times in a row. I was on the phone for 5 hours, and then I ended up getting screwed out of the $50 card. Okay? So ever since then, I've been extremely leery about Simple Mobile. Extremely leery about them. Now, the following statement is not being stated because I believe it, suspect it, or wonder it, but let me just do something here through Google so I can maybe show you something. Let me see if, all right, I might have to, okay, so let me go to Google here real fast since I got this video. And let me type something in at Google. Just give me a second here. See, I have seen massive amounts of victims and even very accredited activists concerning this crime stating that they have noticed over the years extremely peculiar behavior of cell phone companies that gang stalking victims interact with as a result of gang stalking victims having phones. So let me just type something in here at Google real fast, okay? Bear with me a second. I've literally seen it myself. Where I saw a tweet no, not a tweet. I saw a post on Twitter. Shit, I did it again. I'm sorry, I'm distracted typing something. I seen a post through a blog. It was either a blog or a blog comment where a gang stalking victim said that their phone magically shut itself off and that they could not turn it back on or could not stay connected to their cell phone signal as an event was transpiring that was staged through gang stalking. So they weren't able to either, I guess, contact their authorities, or they weren't able to live video feed it. to prove what was actually going on during the event. And I don't know what became of that issue concerning, like, if the victim ended up being arrested or blamed for the event, because that's what gang stalking would do. It will literally target your phone before, during, or even after a staged event, so you can't record what really went on in the event, because when they stage events, they'll also stage the witnesses. Oh, absolutely. I have seen on Twitter at least 70 times where victims are saying that they're having extreme problems with their phone. So, if shit ever got to the point to where it went to a court case concerning any incident, well, all the defense attorneys would have to do is say, well, maybe your phone was just acting up, or maybe you maybe you momentarily walked out of your cell phone service signal range. Meaning that any other excuse could be applied to it. Because one of the biggest things that these satanic mass murdering animals rely on is normal appearing excuses, reasons, and mishaps concerning things that are done against gang stalking victims and their property. Like, say if you're being reviewed through social services, or social services or Social Security, and you don't get that review paper in, because usually when you get reviewed, you got 30 days, okay, to reply, or otherwise you lose your benefits. Well, go to Google and type in mail theft, mail delayment, mail rerouting, mail tampering, and gang stalking. So, and I've even seen the ex-NSA employees talk about this. Hold on a second. So, if you got 30 days to reply to something, what they can do is reroute your mail, okay, or delay it, or tamper with it, so you don't get it until either right before that 30 days are up or right after. Then the victim loses their benefits while the continued gang stalking is going on every day as this occurring and continuing. Okay? Meaning that it's still going on while the victim's waiting for the mail. It's still going on when the effects are happening because they didn't get the mail. And it's still going on every day. Okay? Meaning that additional things can happen to the victim, so the victim can never crawl out of the circumstances that were created as a result of the mail delayment or the mail theft. They might not even get the item. And that's what gang stalking does. It incrementally tears apart your life and incrementally takes away your resources. So you end up being literally physically human trafficked, where you end up destitute, and then they'll track you to wooded areas and stage events and prop up homeless people and property owners and shit like that. So, because the goal is to steer you to an environment they control, so they can set you up, so they can then contain you, so they can exploit you. Racketeering schemes, insurance fraud schemes, group homes, illegal probate control schemes, using you as a client of the prison industrial complex. A lot of privately owned jails and detention centers get federal and state funds per inmate. Group homes, the organized crime that run them, they get federal and state dollars per client. Absolutely. Why do you think they're targeting people with regular incomes? Because even if you temporarily lose your Social Security benefits because of one of these types of moves, they can then turn around and reapply for it once they get a hold of you. Okay? Oh, absolutely. And then when they get a hold of you, they get those funds. It's racketeering schemes, folks. That's part of it. So I just typed in at Google, because other people have notated this on Twitter and many other things that I've seen. In fact, when I was having a problem with Simple Mobile about this back in September, I put a tweet about it on Twitter, and a highly respected, accredited activist concerning this crime openly said that cell phone companies are massively implicated in this crime. Absolutely. So is Amazon. Amazon is widely reported to be connected to this crime. So, if you do some real thorough research, into researching this, you might be able to come up with some information of gang stalking victims. You're definitely going to come up with gang exposures concerning gang stalking victims stating that they're having problems concerning their phones being hacked, tracked, settings being manipulated, phones made inoperable, phone jamming, whether it be permanent or temporarily. I already know that's a fact because I see victims expose it correctly every day, and I endure it every day. Oh, absolutely. Like, look at this. Why the fuck is my Wi-Fi turned on, which is this button over here? Why the hell is I never use voicemail, so always know that, because I accidentally might have just showcased that. But they turn on Wi-Fi constantly. I have to turn it off sometimes 30, 40 times a day. Okay? Now, the reason why I brought up slowing down cell phone signals or data bit transfer, the data bit transfer rate of the Wi-Fi that I'm trying to use at businesses, is that done, if that's being intentionally done, which I've seen many victims expose that, even on Twitter, is that being done because if you're trying to upload a video about what you're currently enduring or what you might have just endured, and you can't upload it through Wi-Fi, then you go through your mobile data real fast. So say if you go through your mobile data real fast and then you go to Best Buy to buy a phone card and they're suddenly out. Alright? So then you go to CVS and you buy one and you try to put it on yourself. Okay? And then when you're putting it on yourself, somehow Simple Mobile ain't replying to you, letting you know you got it. If you put a revolving payment on your plan, and so say if I go and buy a gift card, like a Visa gift card, and I put it on my phone account on, let's say, at any time in the current month, and then when the phone bill's due for the next month, they'll just take that money off that card, but they could jam my phone permanently and I wouldn't be able to stop it. Because if I went to go then contact Simple Mobile, I would probably have to run through 40 different hoops to contact them, and by the time I contacted them, they would already apply it to the account and say it's non-refundable. So all these little finaglings, all these little normal appearing mishaps, do you think that any of it could possibly be done? The sabotaging of victims not being able to get back into their accounts that they logged into? Okay? When I bought these Simple Mobile phones, I created email accounts and associated them to my Simple Mobile accounts. So why is it every time I go to access those accounts, they say, we don't have any stored passwords for this account? That's total lying bullshit. Okay? So do you see what I'm saying? That's an obstacle. That means I can't get into my Simple Mobile account to openly go back and forth with them in conversations to fix an issue. Do you understand? Okay? So then when I call them up, I give a long explanation concerning what happened, and I get disconnected. So I got to call them back up. Then I speak to a different person. I got to re-explain the issue. Then the same thing happens again, same thing happens again, same thing happens again, same thing happens again, until you give up and say, fuck this. And then you lose your $50 mobile card. I literally spent 7 hours, actually, on the phone with Simple Mobile in August of 2020. It was either August or September, trying to fix that issue, and I still ended up getting ripped off out of $50. Okay? So I want to bring this notation out in the open just for the sake of making this a matter of record. If this shit ever, if I find myself having to put, because when I go to Best Buy and buy my Simple Mobile cards, when I go to Best Buy and buy my Simple Mobile cards, I have a Best Buy employee put them on my phone. That way, if I endure that again with Simple Mobile, then I'm right at Best Buy, and Best Buy becomes a witness. Okay? And so when I noticed that these 3 ones were having to continually be sent to Simple Mobile, I got out the phone I'm making this video through and started videotaping the situation. And as soon as I did this, then it came up, let's add your benefits. The second I brought up my other phone and started making a video showing that Simple Mobile wasn't replying to a request to add a phone card onto the phone, because you can see it lasted from 4:06 to 4:13. The second I got out my camera and started taking a video of all this, with this phone I'm shaking, then this came up and I was able to put it on. The second I brought out my phone and started videotaping this, okay? And so, have I ever caught gang stalk and oh my god and suck dick being said around me on massive amounts of audio files in Best Buy? Yes. So here in closing, let me make this statement. Well, let me show you one thing here real fast. Go to Google and type in at Google gang stalking's sensitization method, repeating words and phrases, repeating identical words and phrases. Okay? And you'll see that that is a method of gang stalking. And they can also sensitize you to physical gestures, color coding, and so on. Physical gestures and color coding you can catch on a tape recorder that I have running on me at all times. So let me show you something here. This is a playlist, one of many. As soon as it zooms in, you're going to be able to see it. So go to YouTube search box and type that in. This is the title of the playlist right here. Okay? Now, then read what's in the description, and then bring these videos up. You're going to see people being propped up around me on the MTS bus route 28. You're going to see it happening at Arby's. You're going to see the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders being caught doing it. You're going to see me exposing the fact that I was stating I was enduring it, okay, on hundreds of occasions at a wooded area buying through homeless men they intentionally propped up. This video is showing it occurring at UCSD. I'm going to tap on this one, and as soon as it starts playing, you're going to hear a woman say, suck dick, then you're going to hear gang stalk being said, and then you're going to hear that and oh my God being repeated throughout it. It's only a 49-second long video. So let me bring that up so you can hear it. Okay, so I'm stopping it and I'm going to take it back to the beginning. Okay? Because as soon as I press play... Alright, now hold on a second. As soon as I press play, I want you to see the title. There's the title of it. Now, that again, that's the UCSD video in that playlist. As soon as I press play, you're going to hear a girl say gang stalk. Or no, so you're going to hear her say suck dick. Then you're going to hear a person say gang stalk. And then I eventually say, let's see if you hear a gang stalk, but it's already being said, and then it continues to be said, along with suck dick and oh my God. Okay? So listen to this. Let me turn it all the way up. In fact, I'm going to even use the volume booster, so bear with me a second so you can really hear it. Oop, hold on. Turn the volume booster on. Oop. Hold on, bear with me. Okay, so I'm turning the volume booster up. Bringing this back through here. Hold on one second. See, because that's how gang stalking lets you know that the places you go to are brought on board and they campaign against you. And since they know you know gang stalking is capable of anything, once they anchor a place to this crime to you in your mind, then they know you're going to identify that place to be involved and connected to it. Therefore, when they do anything against you in the future, you end up wondering, is it because of gang stalking? So you're going to literally hear this. Okay, so let me show you again the title. Then when I press play and you see this move from 0.00 to 0.01, you're going to hear literally a woman say suck dick. You got to listen to it. It's said really fast. You ready? And then you're going to see the Civic Center Plaza building, so you know I'm on UCSD property. This occurred in 2013. Okay, so listen carefully. Okay? So you literally just heard a woman say suck dick and then a person say gang stalk right after it. And it's not even 0.03 into the video. So I'm going to go back again and I want you to listen to this sick shit. Okay? Well, listen, as soon as you see me press play, listen. It's immediately said. Okay? So you're going to hear suck dick and gang stalk. So listen. You're hearing suck dick, gang stalk, oh my God, said back to back. Yet different people are saying each word. Well, there's massive amounts of videos in this playlist alone, and there's many playlists online that show this sick shit being done everywhere. SDSU, Jack in the Box, Vons, Rouse Grocery Store, the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders being caught doing it, them sending me text messages doing it. I even got 3 letters in the mail. Okay, showing them threatening me. Absolutely. And this video's got over 1,800 videos. This playlist has got over 1,800 videos in it. So I'm here today to tell you right now, my fellow American citizens, it's been caught at Best Buy 99% of every visit. Okay? Let me also show you another thing here as well. I'm going to bring up my Twitter account. Now, this is my Twitter account right here. Let's see if it gets suspended or shut down. Okay? Many gang stalking victims and conservatives are saying that their accounts are being shut down. Now, when you go to the pinned tweet on this, snap screenshot these 4 YouTube links. The first one is the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders being caught saying it repeatedly as I was in the courthouse on October 23rd, 2015. But then the video also shows me stating what I was enduring at a wooded area and the fact that I had bought some walkie-talkies so I could use those walkie-talkies to catch some homeless people that were propped up to camp out 100 feet away from me at a wooded area I was using off of Gilman Road at the time. As soon as I bought those walkie-talkies at a Radio Shack located off of Villa La Jolla Square Drive, even though they've moved since then, okay, they got up and moved. So that shows me saying it in the first video. The next 3 videos show me catching the same thing occurring in a Pete's Coffee Shop in the same plaza that the Radio Shack was in, and the Pete's Coffee Shop moved in 2017, between 2017 and 18. I went to Pete's Coffee Shop, which is the first video. Then I went to CBS after I left Pete's Coffee Shop on the same day. Then I went to Whole Foods Market after I left CBS, and it was caught back-to-back in each 3 businesses that I went to back-to-back on the same day in 2017. Shows them doing the very thing that I exposed in the first video, and that evidence was caught in 2015, and the video about it was made in 2015. So that's 3 businesses caught back-to-back on the same day, almost 2 years after the prosecutors and public defenders video was made, in the same plaza that the Radio Shack was in, which is why you see these snap screenshots. There's the CBS being mentioned. It's right up the street from UCSD, okay? And then on this one is a list of additional things that are in that plaza. CBS, FedEx store, got massive evidence of it being said in there. There's where the Radio Shack was. The Radio Shack's now gone, okay? The Postal Service, where my P.O. box is in, and Whole Foods Market is also listed, I think, in the first one, okay? Yep, right at the top there. So the Pete's Coffee Shop has since moved. Okay? So I'm showcasing this. Now you're seeing these YouTube URL links. So all you gotta do, baby cakes, is snap screenshot that and bring the and then type in the URL links in order to bring the YouTube videos up. And then look at their dates, because in at least one of the videos I show my receipt of when I purchased the coffee. The coffee was actually bought for me at Pete's. I was in line, and a guy behind me or in front of me offered to buy my coffee, so I just let him. But I think the receipt from Whole Foods Market or CBS is shown, okay? And in the videos, I probably also show the electronic time and date stamp on the tape recorder this shit was caught at. All caught on the same day, because I went to Pete's, got a coffee, went directly to CBS. From CBS, I went directly to Whole Foods Market on the same visit, same day. Best Buy's right across the street. Because Villa La Jolla Square Drive has got business plazas on both sides of the street. Okay? Now, I've caught the same shit happening in the plaza across the street. I'm sorry, in the same plaza where the CBS and Whole Foods Market is at Phil's Coffee Shop. The Melt, which is a restaurant. They just staged an event in there just recently. Okay? FedEx and the FedEx store that's right next to the Melt. And the Melt is right next to Phil's Coffee Shop. The Radio Shack was a few doors down from that. Pete's Coffee Shop was 2 doors down from where Radio Shack was. And CBS is 2 shops down from where Pete's Coffee Shop was. And then Whole Foods Market.